Looking for cool must-have products or the latest life-improving technology? Join product design experts Tracy Hazzard and Tom Hazzard in their search for the next little thing. Those seldom hyped, low-tech, but well-designed things you won't be able to stop raving about. The show is not sponsored or affiliated with any of the things or companies being reviewed today unless otherwise disclosed. So get ready to discover the next little thing you just can't live without.
Hey everyone, welcome to the next little thing. I'm Tracy Hazzard here with my co-host Tom Hazzard, and we are going to talk about a product that I am so glad I found. And I know it's going to sound awful when I say it, but I'm so glad I found it for you, Tom.
Oh, I bet you are.
So what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about, generically, it's a mouthwash. It's called an oral rinse. It's called TheraBreath. Okay. And why are we talking about this? I think it's important to set that up from the start. I think my entire adult life, I mean, Tracy, you'd probably remember better than me, but my entire adult life, I've had just a body chemistry reality that I have pretty chronic bad breath. And
yeah, pretty much the whole time I've known you.
Pretty much, right?
35 years, yeah.
Right, which, and it's a wonder that, you fell in love with me and we've been together this long because, I mean, honestly, when it's bad, it's really bad. I mean, and I, over decades, tried everything to try to improve my bad breath. I mean, obviously, first of all, just habitually brushing my teeth and, using other mouthwashes or chewing gum or mints or all sorts of things to try to mask it or make it so it's not so offensive. And, even the few times that I've worked as an employee at another company, I would have a toothbrush and toothpaste in my desk. And after lunch, I'd go immediately brush my teeth. I mean, because, you work with people, you don't want to offend them. And it's something that a lot of times I'm not even aware of. I mean, as, Tracy and I are together in different places and
across the desk from each other.
Sure,
yeah, it's
across
happened.
the desk from each other or side to side, or even if we're at an event and, Tracy will sort of tap me on the shoulder saying, hey, you need some gum or you need to do something, with your breath. And because I just didn't have awareness. When you have this problem, you don't notice it, right?
But everybody else does. And it's unfortunate
Sure.
because you want to be a professional. You want to have, it's an embarrassment, I'm sure, as well, Tom, right?
Yeah, no, it is embarrassing. And believe me, I've had people that I've worked with behind my back calling me names, related to this and all sorts of things. It's definitely an embarrassment. It's not like I ever wanted it to be. And it's also not like I was not aware that I have the problem. And like I said, I've done everything. I mean, everything, they have things about scraping the back of your tongue and any kind of body hygiene or maintenance
probiotics, like the supplements you take,
or your diet,
homeopathic, like we've tried them all. So when I saw this thing on Amazon,
and actually Tracy found it. So this TheraBreath, and I'm going to go into the detail of what it is in a minute, but continue, Tracy.
Yeah. So when I found this thing on Amazon, it's one of those things where we've been together long enough and, we don't really have a lot of like privacy between the two of us. And, so it's not like I hand this to you and you go, oh my God, that's horrible. How could you give me something like this? Right. So no, I knew he was struggling with this and I happened to see this product and I thought, and I had read a review about it and I thought, you know what? It's a mouthwash. If he doesn't like it, we'll just toss it. It's like, what does it cost me? It costs like $10 or something for one bottle, I think, or 2 bottles for $13. I think that's what it was. And so I bought the 2 bottles, gave them to you, and it was miraculous, like overnight difference.
Yeah. Well, and what I said to Tracy is, yeah, okay, I'll give it a try. I mean, what's it going to hurt? And so what it says is, it lasts for 24 hours. It tells you to take a capful, this big orange cap, right? And rinse it in your mouth for 1 minute. Then gargle with another capful for 30 seconds after that. And then wait to 5 minutes before eating. And it does suggest using it twice a day, morning and night. Although it also, and this is more of a marketing message, says fights bad breath for 24 hours. Now, I find that to me is more of a marketing message. Says that right here on the bottle, fights bad breath for 24 hours. If you want me to use it morning and night, so wouldn't that really only take care of your bad breath for half the day. You got to use it twice to get through a whole day. That sort of bugs me a little bit. Seems a little disingenuous, but I will tell you now, how long have I been using this, Tracy? About 6 months more,
maybe less, maybe 5.
less.
Yeah.
It was an early 2021 addition to my daily routine. I'll tell you, many days now, I just end up doing it once a day. It's not that I don't want to do it twice a day, but I mean, I just get so busy. I don't always remember to do it twice a day. And I haven't heard any complaints from Tracy.
No, there hasn't been. And here's the thing. Look, when you get a product like this is my concern. Like I was like, I'm going to give it to him. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. It was no harm done. You know, it might not have a bad taste. It might have a good taste. You know, who knows what that was going to be. There's also like different flavors. I chose the one that I thought you would like based on your toothpaste. So like I picked it specific.
Yeah, the one I have is called Icy Mint. And honestly, yeah, it tastes fine. It's really not all that different from the flavor of my toothpaste.
Right. So, you know, and here's the problem with that, Tom, is like, I haven't been able to get the big bottles in. I had to buy like the mini ones this last time because they're out of stock until August. And so they're out of stock for the next month. And so what happens in that is that now I had to try a second flavor just to get you some because you're going to run out. And so anyway, but back to the idea is that when you buy something that has a routine that you have to change, right? There's always a risk that that's not going to work. The fact that it has immediate results, though, makes a difference in reinforcing this new behavior that you have to do, which is use it every morning or every night or you know, once or twice a day, whatever you choose to do here. But that doesn't happen if you didn't get such immediate positive results that felt life-changing, right? You wouldn't keep that up.
No, I wouldn't keep it up. And so that's the thing that I think is really important to share with all of you listening to this. And those of you that have a problem with bad breath, 100%, I really recommend you try it. You got nothing to lose. And if your breath is as bad as mine was, just again, chronic body chemistry situation, I really believe, based on my experience, it's going to work for you. So I do recommend you at least give it a try. I can't speak for the other flavors because I haven't tried them yet. I've only tried the Icy Mint. But here's the thing. One of the things that would bother me the most, and I'm going to get real here with the audience, Tracy, a little bit. Okay. I'm going to really get real with it. When, you know, Tracy and I go down on a date night and I'm feeling romantic and I want to kiss my wife. I got to tell you, there are times when I would go kiss her. She's like, oh, can you go brush your teeth? You know, I mean, she would really just couldn't get close to me unless I would go brush my teeth.
I want to mention this. The big problem is that in addition to Tom having this problem, I have an ultra sensitive sense of smell. So like that just makes everything worse. So it is probably not as bad for other people as it is for me with the sense of smell.
Well, but I think if you have a very sensitive sense of smell, I think that actually reinforces the reality that this product works, right? So, but here's the thing. She gave it to me. I tried it. And I said, all right, I'll try it for a couple of days. And then, you know, I don't even remember the exact timeline. I'm not here to say, hey, within an hour, it was gone and everything was great. I don't honestly remember, but I can tell you this, within a day or two, for sure. I just said, all right, Tracy, we're going to experiment. You gave this stuff to me. I'm going to kiss you. We're going to test this because if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I want to know because I don't want to do this if it's not going to work.
All I can say is I was extremely appreciative that you did do the nightly routine every night.
Yeah, well, I still do. Honestly, at night before I go to bed is the time I'm very consistent. It's in the morning. I'm not always consistent. It depends how quickly I'm getting up and working because I'm a bit of a workaholic. I'm a morning person. I get up. I get so much accomplished before 9 a.m., more than most people do all day long, honestly. So I'm like, get up and go. This stuff, it's legit. It really works. So I want to share some of the details about it that I think are important and valuable to share. One is the ingredients. And recently I went to my dentist and I brought it with me. I had just a photo of the labels and stuff because I wanted him to look at the ingredients. I wanted to make sure, hey, this is great. It's solving my bad breath problem. But is it doing any damage to my teeth? Is there any other, negative side effects? And he read the ingredients. It's water, glycerin, PEG 40, hydrogenated castor oil, citric acid, sodium hydroxide. I don't know what this is. Mentha peperita, which is peppermint oil, menthol, sodium chlorate, citrus, lemon peel oil, sodium benzoate, sucrose, xylitol. That's something they highlight on the front with xylitol. I don't even know what that means. I don't really care. And sodium bicarbonate. Now, of course, sodium bicarbonate is something we all know of because our grandparents or our great grandparents, that's what they used to brush their teeth with before modern toothpaste came out. Seems that they may have been onto something if that's a big ingredient that's solving the bad breath. But the dentist looked at this and said, yeah, nothing bad about that. Nothing's going to hurt your teeth. And he hadn't known about it, and he noted it. So one of the things that it says, it's dentist formulated. It was invented, this formula invented by Dr. Harold Katz in 1993. Where the heck were you, Dr. Katz, in 1993 for me? Because I would have loved it.
1 year after we got married.
I know, seriously. So what he did is he formulated it in 1993 to help his own daughter conquer her bad breath because nothing else worked. Sounds very familiar to my experience. Since then, he says millions have regained their confidence by switching to TheraBreath formulas for their daily oral care routine. That's really about it. It's legit. It works. I'm scared to death, Tracy, when you tell me they're out of stock of it till August of this year.
No, they're not out of stock of every flavor. So I got you some new flavors, and we'll try them out. So honestly, and I got you all the mini bottles. They had those, so I bought. Well,
that's better for travel, because when I have been traveling, and I do travel a bit, even coming out of the pandemic, I have to for business sometimes. I took this big stinking bottle with me, which is you have to check it because you can't carry that big a bottle on the plane. So now these little bottles I think are going to be helpful.
But this is the thing, guys. Tom.
It works.
This is the thing, Tom, is that when we find something like this, it's like, okay, well, so it's like $13 for 2 bottles. And I was like, and you went through them really quickly. And so, I don't know, how fast do you go through a bottle? If you do it twice a day?
I would use, if I do it twice a day, a week. If I'm using it once a day, I guess potentially stretches to 2 weeks. But I'd say more commonly, I'm using about every 10 days, I'm going through a bottle.
Right. So just let's say it's $26 a month or $25 a month that you go through, right? $25 a month for you to have good breath, for your wife to want to kiss you, right? Like, I don't know, $25, totally worth it. That's a couple of lattes. Yeah.
When it comes to the price, I can truly say I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't. I mean, it could be 2 or 3 times the price, and
Please
it might be hard. It might be
it.
hard for a newbie to think about, oh my gosh, that's really expensive. Is it, and they might have doubt and skepticism. Is it really going to work, or is it worth the price, or whatever? So I don't recommend the company does that, but I can tell you from experience of using it, they could double or triple the price and I would still buy it because I know how well it works. That's the only point I was trying to make about the price. I really don't care how much it is.
Right, because it's completely worth it when something works like that. And that's how we know you're onto something that is truly the next little thing. And now this thing has been the next little thing since 1993. And what a shame that it took us this long to find it. So they need some marketing help out there. They need some push. They need some people to write reviews, which I did on Amazon, right? So, because I write a lot of reviews, people may not know that, but I write a ton of reviews that get upvoted, and people appreciate the types of reviews I write, both on Google and on Amazon, because they help people understand, why is this useful and will this really work? And because I have a history of doing that, it's helping other people understand that I really mean this. I wouldn't write it. I will not write. I only write a bad review for something if it's truly going harmful, not worth buying at all. I don't write it if it's mediocre. I just ignore it. So I only write really good reviews or really bad reviews, right? Like nothing in between. And so this is one of those products that needs more people to know about it, because it is personally life-changing. I know you feel better about you. You feel better about going in public. You feel better going to the events and interacting as an executive. Like, that's important to us. So
yeah, I have a lot more confidence. It's just, now it's a non-issue. I don't worry about it. At times I would question, oh my gosh, is my breath bad? Is my breath bad? Do they notice? Am I offending anybody? Now it's not even a second thought.
Yeah. TheraBreath has truly changed the way that you feel about yourself out in public. And I think that in and of itself is why it makes it a true next little thing.
I agree, Tracy. All right. I think we should drop the mic there. If you want to see some images of it, get some links and information to it, go to the blog post for this episode on nextlittlethingpod.com.
And we just want to remind everyone who's listening, we don't get any feed, we don't get any payments, we don't do any affiliates, but we would really appreciate if you went to nextlittlethingpod.com and click through to it, so we know that you heard it here on our show. That helps us know whether or not we should do more shows like this, more products like this, what we should do more of, because you're giving us a feedback loop. So all you got to do is go to Next Little Thing Pod, link out to it. Like I said, we're not making any money in that process. But you're doing us a favor of helping us learn what's working for you on this show. So thanks everyone for listening. I really appreciate you joining us on Next Little Thing. I'm Tracy Hazzard, along with my co-host, Tom Hazzard.
We'll see you next time for the next little thing.
Want to get the next little thing? Visit nextlittlethingpod.com for discounts, links, and connections straight to all the Next Little Things featured on this show. If you think your thing is the next little or big thing, we want to hear all about it. Apply to be the next little thing at nextlittlethingpod.com. Now go out and rave about the little things.